Hi, I hope all is well with you and that you're staying safe. This week in Eretz Yisrael, we're learning Parshas Korach, but in Chutz La'aretz, they're learning Parshas Shelach, one of the most difficult and sad parshios in all of the Torah. We all know the story of Klal Yisrael sending out Meraglim, spies, to search out Eretz Yisrael and to see whether it would be able to be conquered. Spies coming back with a devastating report, causing Klal Yisrael to cry and asking Moshe Rabbeinu to take them back to Mitzrayim. Terrible, terrible sin, one of the darkest chapters in the history of Klal Yisrael. The simple question that I have is that if the Ribono Shel Olam knew that the spies were going to bring back such a devastating report, why did he allow Moshe Rabbeinu to send them in the first place? And the answer, I believe, is that the Ribono Shel Olam was challenging Klal Yisrael. We only grow through challenges. If we don't have challenges, then we remain the same, and wanted Klal Yisrael to be challenged. And whenever we find ourselves in a difficult situation, it's either that he's challenging us, or he's educating us, or he's protecting us. I remember a story that goes back quite a few years. In the Matzdorf section of Yerushalayim, there was a couple that all of a sudden started having an infestation of flies all over the house. They couldn't get rid of them. They tried as much as they tried. It didn't help. And they decided to pay a visit to the Gadol Hador there, Rabbi Pinchas Scheinberg. And they presented to him the situation that they found themselves in. And he said, well, if they're flies, let's take a look at Perek Shira and see what's the pasuk of the fly. So they opened up Perek Shira, and they saw that the pasuk of the fly, quoting from Yeshayahu, was Bore Niv Sfosayim. The Ribono Shel Olam is saying, I create the speech of lips. Rabbi Scheinberg looked at the couple and he said, obviously, you have to work on your speech, your Shmiras HaLashon. That's what it seems to be telling us from the fact that you have this plague of flies, and this is the pasuk of the fly. So the couple went back home. They committed themselves to improve their speech, their Shmiras HaLashon, and in a very short period of time, the flies disappeared. The Ribono Shel Olam challenges us in order to enable us to grow, which brings us full circle to this week's Parsha. The Meraglim spoke Lashon Hara about Eretz Yisrael, and that caused the downfall of everything that Klal Yisrael was trying to accomplish to go immediately into Eretz Yisrael, and it prolonged their stay in the desert for 40 years. It's important for us to remember the Ribono Shel Olam loves us. He never wants to hurt us. He only wants to teach us, to have us grow. I remember a quote from Rabbi Esther Youngrice, Aleha Shalom, who used to teach her students and say, whenever you find yourself in a difficult situation, don't ask lama, don't ask why. Ask lama. For what am I being taught? For what am I going through? For what reason am I going through what I'm going through? What am I supposed to learn from it? And if I think about it, if I do a cheshbon hanefesh, and I'm intellectually honest with myself and can accept the flaws I have and try to improve them, I will only become a better person, a greater person today than I was yesterday. And it will only help me continue on my path of moving in a positive direction. Have a wonderful day, a meaningful Shabbos, and a Chodesh Tov. Kol Tov.